Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all the honors and the praises and the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahavakar Kwadash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, in whom I reverence and honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, the very, very, very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Barakafar. Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Barakafar. And we're gonna go into prophecy, right, of the end times. It's known as Jacob's trouble. And there's a reason why it's called Jacob's trouble. Because what? It involves what? Jacob going through that time of trouble. Even though the whole world's going to go through it, but it's predominantly based on the sons of Jacob going through this trouble. So Lord willing, this to be edifying. There's a lot to bring out. So to see what we start off with. We're going to start off with Matthews 24. And jump straight to, where should we start? 15. And when therefore you shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, which was, this happened during, Vespasian, Titus, Domitian, and so forth. Whoso readeth, let him understand it. So when we're reading this, to read means to comprehend. So we actually need to understand and comprehend what's being said. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. So you're going to have those within Judea, that region of Judea, that would flee to the mountains. This already happened, okay, during 68 to 70 AD, right, when Judea was under what? Roman occupation. But we know this is, the brothers that are in the know and sisters, we know this is Rome again today. So it's going to be the same thing. There's going to be mass persecution. There's going to be insurrections upon those that fear Yahweh Shai. So it says, let them flee into the mountains. Verse 17. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. In other words, don't take nothing. Flee. You're not going to be able to go back. You're not going to be able to see. You think it's bad now? It's going to get back. You're really going to need to have Yahweh Shai on your side. Let him flee, right? Let him not come down to the house, or not to come down to take anything out of his house. Anything. So whatever you do have, whatever you left with, you're just going to have to leave with that. You're not going to be able to return. Neither let him which is in the field return back to his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Because we know the Romans were killing young, old. Read Deuteronomy 28. It tells you about when the Romans came in as the eagle. And the eagle is what? The Roman symbol, right? And they didn't show mercy to the young, old, right? But pray that your flight not be in the winter, nor on Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation. Then shall be great. So now this ain't past tense. This is future, right? Then shall be great tribulation. So we're going to approach a time and there's going to be great, great tribulation upon earth. What's tribulation? Anguish, terror, right? Disorder, chaos, anarchy. Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time nor shall ever be. So nothing is going to compare to it. Nothing that you've ever seen before. You could acquaint all the world wars. The world wars, you can't even match that, right? But except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. That's why we want the days to be shortened, and the days are being shortened. Look how quick the days are going. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. So the days are being shortened for the elect's sake, right? So now we went to that. Go to Revelation. This is Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the patience of mine because I've kept the patience, I will also keep D, right? I will also keep D, right? From the hour of temptation. So it talks about an hour of temptation. You know what that entails? That entails the RFID, which they want everybody to be what? CHIP, PPED. Shit. That's what they want. That's the hour of temptation, right? That's the main hour of, and it's going to come upon all the world. Which shall come upon all the worlds, the entire world. Why? Because you have a system that's being set up. This is why you have 5G everywhere. This is why you have the networks everywhere. This is why you have the Internet of Things. Even when I'm doing this lesson right now, I've already told you, even when I left the premises, excuse me, even when I left the premises, you had demonic ass individuals, right, that got straight in their car, they tinted out whips, just to do some mad. That is the new world order. That's what they want. They want other idiots, sellouts, or whoever these people may be, monitoring each other, policing each other. That's what they want. They want people not being able to trust each other. That's what they want, right? This is what these people want. And it's part of a beast system. That's what's being set up. And you have to have the eyes, the wisdom to know what's being set up. It's pretty much already here. You can see the foundations being laid already. You can see it, right? You know things are getting bad. You know the agenda. When you have people now, right, who do things like that, right, and monitor, bro, that's a new world order system. And it really, really did amp up during the COVID. That's when it started to amp up, because what were they pushing? Distrust. Mask on your face. That's what they were pushing. Well, a lot of people did. Most of these people, you got to realize, if they're not in the truth, they're going to believe anything the devil says, Satan tells them. Because they're not in this word. They don't have that hedge. They can't differentiate between what's a lie and what's not. They believe in a lie. And they're willing to give themselves to the beast system. Right? That's why they wear them stupid little headsets, them white headsets. Right? Walking around at their security. Like they're policing you. You can't even police yourself. But that's what's happening. That's the hour of temptation. It's only going to get worse. Can't you see the whole grid? That's pretty much set up already. Like I said, as I'm doing this lesson right now, you know they've got me on a meta, like a metaverse, virtual type of simulation. So people can, like with a game server, people can log in from everywhere. People can log in. People can listen to what I'm doing right now. Oh yeah, because that's the Internet of Things. That's what's being set up right now. Okay? And therefore, what are you going to have? Control. Right? See, and yes, we know the FBI and certain agencies are behind it. Right? There are more perps now. You see? More perps. Right? So, this is what's going on. This is how society is being orchestrated. Right? The guy just fell over, bust himself up. Just a minute, man. So we went to that now. Baba Kusha. See what else we can find. Check this out. Right? So that's the hour of temptation, right? Which shall come upon all the worlds that you listening, right? To try them that dwell upon the earth. So the earth is going to look. You're going to have those that are going to be tried, right? To those that come upon the earth. But we're all going to be tried. This is why you need to be focusing on Yahweh Shai. Don't worry about everything else. Jobs. Nobody's going to have no jobs. They're going to do away with your jobs. They're just going to have simulations, robots, simulations, right? That's what it's going to be, right? Robots, simulations, and that's it. right? That's all it's gonna be. Jobs are gonna be done away with. They're replacing man, woman with machine because it's more quick, it's more convenient, more money could be made, right? So now you have machine that wants to take man out. Oh yeah, you have machine that wants to take over what man does. Elon Musk talked about the dangers of AI systems, and so forth. Okay, it's what time we're in. So now let's get back into it, right? And this is how it's all gonna go down. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and he answered me then and said, "Measure the time though diligently in itself." So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm measuring the time, and I'm measuring it diligently. Okay. And it says, Brother Kishar, in itself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm measuring this time. And I'm measuring it diligently. How do you measure the times? You have to get into the scriptures. And you measure it with the news as well. Anything you're seeing within the news, does it fit with the scriptures? You know? And that's how you truly measure the times. And when I see as part of the science, right? Past, which I have told thee before, right? Key thing, which I have told thee before, right? When shall I understand, right? It is the very same time. So, how did Yahushua tell us these signs? Through the prophets, because we're reading it through prophets, Old Testament and New Testament. John the Revelator, we got prophecies in Jeremiah, Isaiah concerning the end times, what was going to happen, concerning Jacob's trouble. When that sea is part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, so we're looking for the signs. What are the signs? The signs are tokens, right? Which I have told thee before. Then shall I understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So when we see particular signs, the signs are in Matthew 21. It talks about earthquakes, rumors of war, there shall be many deceivers, deceiving many false prophets. Well, if you see these things today, well, they are signs that we are near the end, right? These are all signs. Okay? Baba Kishar, check this out. Therefore, right, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world. So he's going to visit the world which he made. Right? The Lord Jehovah is going to visit this world which he made. He's visiting. And bro, we're not going to listen. It's going to be bad. I'm just being patient. You're not going to need to worry about no gang stalk. You're not going to need to worry about that. No gang stalking, no money. You're not going to have none of that going on. None of that. Bro, we're approaching that time. We're approaching that time. Right? And it says, because bro, you got a bunch of, excuse me, I'm not going to swear. Bro, you got a bunch of low lives out here. Bro, I'm telling you. Right? You got a bunch of low lives out here, man. Right? They don't have anything better to do with their time. But bro, that time's going to present itself where you're going to need to have faith. You ain't going to be able to watch what somebody else is doing. You're going to be occupied with their life. You're going to have to be focused on having faith. And that's the only thing that's going to pay off. Faith. Right? Baba Kishar, Baba Kishar. And it says, Baba Kishar, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world, and we're seeing these things, uproars from 2000, I believe it's 16, 2018 to 2019, there is nothing but uproars. Don't you remember in Catalan, Spain, Iran, and this was during the restrictions. This is when these uproars were happening, and there was sanctionings and so forth, right? Don't you remember? There was uproar everywhere, even in London. Remember there was protests. A lot of our people have a very, very short memory. Very short memory. Okay. And it says, Baba Kishar, check this out. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world. So when we see these things, and there's protests every other day now. When you go to London, there's always some type of protest that's going on. Because the people are fed up. Even the people that are not in the truth, because you do have so-called truth seekers, but they're not in the truth. Right? Let's go Baba Kishar, Baba Kishar. Check this out. And it says, Baba Kishar, check this out. For like is all that is made, right, in the world, right, have a beginning. I'm moving too fast. Then shall the world understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were from what? The beginning, right? From the days that were before, even from the beginning. For like is all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end is manifest. So we're speaking these things. The end is manifest. There's no if, buts, or maybes. This is prophecy. Right? This is why we got to be more in tune with Yahweh, what's really going to happen. Right? And like, because all that is made in the world have a beginning and have an end, and the end is manifest through these words. Right? We're manifesting the end. Right? And it says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. So it says plain beginnings in wonders, powerful works, endings in effects and signs. So we were going to see powerful works, miracles. We were going to see ending in effects. We were going to see effects, right? Whether that be in blood moon, yellow moon. And bro, we can't forget about these things. 2016, bro, I had videos that were showing these things, right? And it says, and signs. So there's also particular signs as well, right? And everyone that shall be saved, right? Everyone that shall be saved, we're hoping to be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works. So we want to be able to be escaped by his works, right? And the works are important, but you're not just going to be saved by that alone. You're going to be saved by faith, right? That shall be saved by works, right? And by faith. See, both, where you have believed. So the main thing right now, we really want to be tuned into the spirit of Yahweh, what he's telling us, and what he wants us to do, right? That's what we want to be tuned into, right? Baba Kishar, Baba Kishar. Check this out. And it says, Baba Kishar, and shall be preserved from the said perils, right? Said perils, the dangers. I shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So those that were preserved from these perils, they were going to see that salvation of Yahweh from the beginning. Then they shall be in pitiful case, spare me just a minute, which have now abused my ways, took advantage of the Lord's grace. He wasn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. And they that have cast him away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits, right, payouts, sellouts, and have not known me, right? And it says, and they have loathed my law while they have liberty, and while was at yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. Therefore be not curious how the ungodly shall be punished. Bro, once you've done teaching, once you've done all that, you're not supposed to be curious how the ungodly are going to perish. The ungodly are going to be ungodly. Right, the scripture says, let the wicked be, how, I forgot how it goes, let the filthy be filthy and so forth, let the pure be pure and so forth. Right? A lot of these people, they want to be wicked. Right? They want to be effing wicked. Right? And it says, Baba Kishar, and when but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. So we really inquire how the righteous are going to be saved. Bro, the ungodly, bro, they're just going to be ungodly. It doesn't matter how much you teach his truth. They're going to continue to be wicked until their asses get destroyed. Right? When I answered I said before and now do speak, and I will speak it hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish, right? Of them which be saved. So there's going to be many more of them that perish, right? When those that actually be saved. Okay, many more. Okay, let me see what I can find. And that's why the scriptures talk about the narrow path and the broad path. Let's go to Matthews. This is Matthew 7, and jump straight to verse. Where was I? Get straight to it. Right? Bro, this is a narrow path. This ain't for everyone. This ain't for everybody. Excuse me just a minute. This is Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye into the straight gates. Right? Key thing. Straight gates. For wide is the gate and broad is the way. So the straight gate is a difficult position of difficulty. For wide is the gate and straight is the way. For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that go in thereat. So most of these people, he said, don't be curious how the ungodly shall perish, because there be many more that perish of them that shall be saved, because the many are in the wide gate. They're doing what they want to do. And broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Right? And many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate, narrow is the way which lead up unto light, and there be few that find it. Key thing. Few that find it. Few. Bro, this is a narrow path. Right? It's not for everyone. Right? It's for the few. Right? Check this out. And it says, Baba Kasha, where was we? We're still on verse 13. And how the righteous shall be saved, whose world is and for whom the world is created. Right? So that's who you're concerned with. And I've said before, now do you speak, I speak it hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than them which shall be saved. Many more of them which are going to perish than those that are going to be saved. Right? Many more. Okay. Bear me just a minute. Like as a wave, as a greater than a drop. And he answered me, saying, like as a field is, so also is the seed. As the flowers be, such are the colours also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. As the husbandman is himself, so is the husbandry also. For it is the time of the world. So it's going to get, listen, it's going to get real peak out. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad out here. Right? For real. Okay. And it says, Baba Kishar, check this out. And now when I have prepared the world which was not yet made, even for them which dwell now live, now man spake against me, for when everyone obeyed, but now manners of them which are created in this world that is made corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices which will come into it. And I sought and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster. The grape of the cluster would be the remnant, the elect, and a plant of a great people, which are Israel. Verse 22, let the multitude perish. You know, loads of the people that you walk past every day, the people that you see every day. I know it seems harsh. Most of them are gonna perish. The everyday people you see, they're gonna perish. Let the multitude perish, Ren, which were born in vain. Right? And that's what's gonna happen. Right? Yeah, they were born in vain, so that means they're fucking useless. Excuse my language. Vain means useless. So, bro, their lives were just useless. They were just doing a 9 to 5, getting back, doing whatever they were doing. The only ones that have true purpose are the elect upon this earth. They're the only ones with true purpose. And it says, Baba Kashar, let the multitude perish. Right? Perish. Then which were born in vain. Let my grapes be kept the remnant. And my plant with great labor have I made it perfect. Right? So these were the visions that Ezra's saw. Right? Woo. Yeah? These were the visions that he saw. Okay? And it was serious stuff. Right, you gotta realize it's gonna get bad out here. Now we're gonna go to Jeremiah. Right, go to Jeremiah. Babakashah. Go to Jeremiah, Babakashah. And I believe it's 30. These people, bro, they're in La La Lands. They don't, bro, they want to live a delusion. Like, bro, it's gonna get real out here. Go to Deuteronomy 30 and jump straight to verse 7. Actually, start at 4. And these are the words of the Lord Jehovah spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord Jehovah, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, not of peace. Trembling. This is what Jeremiah saw. Right? A voice of trembling. Right? Trembling. Right? Excuse me just a minute. Excuse me just a minute. Let me move this along. Hold on a minute. Hold on a sec. Hey. I just want to move this along. Hey, hold on. Let's get back to it. Excuse me just a minute. There ain't gonna be no clubbing. There ain't gonna be none of that partying, clubbing. There ain't gonna be no jobs there on the market. Right? All that's gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Okay? All of that's gonna be gone. Like, bro, you gotta understand. You know? How bad it's gonna get out here, bro. It's gonna get bad, man. Right? And a lot of these people, bro, these so-called men, they're not gonna be able to deal with it. Wow. Right? They ain't gonna be able to deal with these things, man. Right? It's gonna get bad. Okay? It's gonna get real bad, you know? And that's why we gotta pray that the Lord had mercy upon us. Like, I'm telling you. The scriptures are telling you. Okay? Come on. Check this out. Babakashah. Alright? Hold on just a minute. So now let's go to Jeremiah 30. Right? For thus we have heard the Lord, saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. No peace. Of fear. Right? So there's going to be great fear, there's going to be great panic. And guess who people are going to want answers from? Us. They're going to be looking for the hopeful elect. That's who they're going to be looking for. The same people that were talking shit, stalking your light, mocking, they're going to be looking for you. They're going to want answers. Why is this happening? You know? Where are them individuals that were teaching, telling us about these things? Because a prophet means to say before. One who prophesies, they say before. Right? And it says, Babakashah, check this out. Ask ye now and see, check this out, whether a man doth travail with child. Now, travail with child, a man can't get pregnant, right? But it says, ask whether a man travail with child. This is how Jeremiah described it. Agony. When a woman has a child, she's in agony, right? Well, this is what Jeremiah saw in visions. He saw men panicking, right? Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, right? On his midsection as a woman in travail, and all faces turn into paleness. Key thing. All All faces turn into paleness. Bro, that's shock. Shock. People are going to be shocked. But we're warning them. But they still want to live this mediocre life. Right? And all faces turn into paleness. Verse 7, alas. Alas, I think, well, alas is another word for grief. Whoa. Alas, for that day is great. That's a great, it's going to be a great day. So that none is like it. Right? Even it is in the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? But he shall be saved out of it. Right? So it's a time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. So that's Old Testament. That's Jeremiah speaking about the future, these times that we're living in now, which is going to be like unto Jacob's trouble. Okay? But he shall be saved out of it. A remnant's going to be saved out of it. He, the elect. Right? But this is why we have to be. This is why we have to be focused. This is what you should be focused upon. So if we're reading this, right? So what's the world presenting to you? The world's presenting to you an illusion. Yeah, just stay here, be complacent, stay here, get comfortable. You're getting comfortable in a burning house. Right? Getting comfortable in a burning house. Bear me just a minute. So we got Jeremiah 30, right? And where was we? So we done that. But he shall be saved of it. A remnant's going to be saved. A remnant. Not everyone. A remnant. Right? A remnant. Bear me just a minute. Strong winds out here. Right? That's this how it's going to go down. This is how it's going to go down. And you want to pray that, oh man, you're protected, you have that edge. That's why we're doing what we're doing now. That's why we're having faith. And everything we're going through is to build you up to that hour of temptation. Everything we're doing now. Okay. Okay. So now let's go to Second Ezra's. All right. Now, what we're bringing out is but I do understand. A lot of people don't want to, because when you bring this out, it's like you're raining on their parade. Okay. Let's go. Go to Second Ezra's, Babakar Shah. Alright. Excuse me just a minute. Second Ezra's, we got 16, right? And we're gonna jump straight to verse 17. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? So Ezra's, he was able to see the future. He said, woe is me, woe is me. Destruction to me, destruction to me. Who's going to deliver me in those days? He saw how bad it was. Future tense, future. Right? He saw how bad it was. And the prophets, they could look into the future. Right? They were able to see. Okay. And it says, Babakar Shah, check this out. Check this out. Second Ezra 16. And jump straight to verse 18. The beginning of sorrows. So you're going to see more sorrows. Every time you watch the news now, someone dying, car crash, someone getting stabbed, some madness happening on the news. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, right? Right? Key thing, sorrows. and great mourning. So you were going to see great mournings as well. People mourning, right? In grief, and the beginning of famine and great death. So there was going to be famines in here, and great, key thing, great deaths, right? And great death. The beginning of what? Wars and power shall stand in fear, right? The power shall stand in fear. Who are the powers? The powers are the elite. They were going to be standing in great fear as well. And it says, Baba Kashar, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? The beginning. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So, S1 now, what do I need to do to get right? You know? Behold, famine, plague, and tribulation. Right? Famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Right? Key thing. Right? Anguish. Right? Sent as scourges for amendment. Right? To amend your way. So, you know, even though these things are happening, right? Even though all these things are happening, guess what? A lot of people are still not going to amend their ways. They're still going to continue to do evil. Right? That's why the scriptures, don't worry about the ungodly that shall perish, the multitude. Okay? The multitude's going to perish because they're flipping wicked. That's why. Okay? You got people coming out here with their handlers. You know, bro, you ain't going to be able to do that when all hell breaks loose. Yo, your handler, you ain't going to be able to do none of that. Right? You got people watching what you're doing and shit. Worried about you. Let's go. We're just teaching the Bible. The good book. Right? That's all we're doing. Right? Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16, 18. The beginning of famine, so there's going to be famine as well. Food supply is going to be very short. In any type of war that happens, the food supply is short. Right? Very, very short. Right? Short food supplies. Right? Bear me just a minute. These fucking lowlifes, man. Bear me just a minute. Hold on just a minute. Alright? Hold on. You know? And get out of the way. These nosy ass people. Bear me just a minute. So even the food supply is going to be short as well. Okay? That's going to lead to famine. Right? Beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars and powers shall stand in fear. The powers are those that be. Oh, your Masons, your elite, they're going to be in fear. Oh, great fear. Right? The devil knows he has a short time. Right? That's why they have to amp up stuff. Right? Famine. Right? Check this out. Then power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evil. What should I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. That's what it's sent for. Right? For scourges, for amendment, to amend our ways. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. Right? Nor by always be mindful of the scourges. Right? So they're not going to turn from the wickedness. Neither be mindful of these scourges. Right? Behold, victory shall be so good cheap upon the earth, they shall think themselves to be in good case. So there's still going to be things being traded and bought. And even shall then evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. These things, sword, famine, and great confusion. So we were going to see these things. Yep. Sword, destruction. And I was just listening to LBC. They said crime has gone up, or so they say. Right? Famine. Right? There's got shortage of food. The price of food is going to go up as well, because when there's a shortage of something, the price of it rises. You know how much it is just to get some bloody oil, just for oil, right? The price of bloody everything's going up, right? And it says, Baba Kishar, where was I? They shall eat sword, famine, and great confusion. There's going to be confusion because a lot of people are not going to know why these things are happening, which is going to lead to what? Great confusion, because they're not going to know why these things are happening. Okay. And great confusion. See, you hear that beep? That's the handlers. Hey, bro, you're not gonna. Hey, when all hell breaks loose, you ain't. That's gonna be the last thing you're worried about, right? For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, right? And other, right? That escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So there's gonna be many that perish, right? Through what? Famine, right? Through famine. Right? Through famine. Alright? And it says, Baba Kishar, check this out. Through famine, so they're going to starve. Right? And the other that shall escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Excuse me just a minute. Let's go to Amos. We have to bring these things out. We have to. Why aren't they telling you none of this on the news? See, the news, because they're not privy. They're still asleep. They just get fed. They get fed what to tell you. Right? They're programmed. So we got Amos. We got Amos 3 as well. We got Amos 3. Excuse me just a minute. So we got Amos 5 as well. Hold on just a minute. It's been a long time since I got these particular scriptures out. Alright, you know, I can't find it. So we get something else. We got Amos 3. Shall the trumpet be blown in the city and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? So it's the Lord Yahweh Shai, ultimately, that's going to be bringing this evil upon earth. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? But that's why there's so many distractions, because they don't want you to know this. Right? They don't want you to know this. Right? That's why there's so much distractions. Okay? Excuse me just a minute. Let's go back to where we were. Second Ezra 16. And now we're going to jump back to 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. You know what dung is, right? Shit. Excuse my language. It says they shall be cast out as dung. And it says, Baba Kishar, where shall no man be comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Nobody is going to be able to comfort them at all. Right? Nobody is going to be able to comfort them. Right? No funeral parlors. Nothing like that. Where shall no man be left to till the earth and sow it? Well, those that till the earth, where are they going to be? They're going to be dead. The tree shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all the places shall be desolate of men. Right? Completely. Right? Desolate of men. Empty. Because you got to realize, right? There's going to be a lot of things going on during that time. There's going to be a lot of casualties. There's going to be determent camps. Oh yeah, and these You know these supermarkets, whether that be your local Tesco, whether it be Sainsbury's, whether it be Costco's, they're going to be turned into detention camps to bring people that don't comply. Oh yeah, right? And you even got special train services, right? What do you think? It's going to be a long journey. It's going to be a long journey. Secret routes, secret destinations. Why do you always think they're messing with the tunnels and all that? There's secret locations where a lot of the people that can't be, rehabilitated are going to be brought to some of these, detention camps. Right? So all these things different things are going to be happening. You're going to see a lot of different things start happening. We are in the end days. We are in the end days. Right? Check this out. Baba Kishore. Check this out. We are definitely in the last days. Excuse me just a minute. Baba Kishore. Real stuff. You know? And the prophets, they were here not to tell you good things, but tell you reality. What was really going to happen. Okay. Let's go. This is 2nd Ezra 16. Right? And jump straight to, where was we? There's so much here. 25, the tree shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? Oh yeah, the trees, yeah, they would give their fruit. There'd be food, but there's going to be nobody to gather them. So that means the wine press, grapes, food, shortage of food. The food ain't going to get through. The food ain't going to, because your suppliers, they're not going to be here. Right? It's going to be something like you've never seen before. It says, the grapes shall ripen, who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. Right? So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Right? One man shall desire to see another and hear his voice. It's going to be bad. It's going to be real bad. And I'm reading from the Apocrypha, by the way. Right? For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field. What? 10 left in a city, a whole city. So where's everybody else? Either dead or in a determined camp, or fleed somewhere else. And it says, Baba Kishore, for of a city there shall be 10 left, 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and the clefts of the rock, as in the orchard of olives. So yeah, you're going to have people hiding themselves in what particular buildings. Right? That's why it says clefts of the rock. Right? And as in the orchard of olives, upon every tree are 3 or 4 olives. As when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. And we went earlier, and then earlier on talked about the vineyard, the cluster of the grape that's going to be kept, which is the elect, a remnant. Right? Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Right? 3 or 4 left of them that search their houses. So you got to imagine this. It's going to be houses getting broken into, you know, people looking for other people, food, you know, all that good stuff. Right? See, my perps are gone now. So you just teach us. I know they're still here. So that's what's going to happen. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Right? You're going to have people that search other people's houses. Okay, for food, innit? Okay? And a lot of people say, no, this could never happen. We're living, this ain't a third world country. No, it's going to turn into a third world country. That's what's going to happen. And we can show you that through the scriptures. Where are left some clusters of them that didn't seek for the vineyard, even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns. Why? Because nobody's going to walk through them pathways. Right now, there's pathways, right, you can walk through. That's because people are walking through it, but no one's going to walk through them pathways. So everything's going to grow to how it should, right? And no man shall travel there through, because it's going to be full of thorns. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands, because they're going to be sent off to war. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So we got to hear these things, and we really got to truly understand what's going to happen. Right? Behold, the word of the Lord, you shall receive it. Believe not the gods on whom the Lord spake. Don't believe these idols, these principalities. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son. So these plagues, if they're not slack, they're here. They're not slacking. Right? Like when a woman with a child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb. Right? So that's how it's going to be likened unto. Right? A woman that has labor pain. Right? Which pains, right? When the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right? Every side. Now let's go to Thessalonians. Right? Let's go. Okay. Come on. Yeah, let's grab something in Thessalonians. Bear me just a minute. So we got Thessalonians, right? And 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, there's still there's still a lot of comfortabilities in this kingdom, bro. That's why also you have to be grateful. A lot of you can eat, a lot of you can do PayPal takeouts, a lot of you can go certain places, still go cinemas, you can eat restaurants soon, right? Them comfortabilities are not gonna be there, right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's them labor pains, right? Like a woman in travail, screaming, bro. You're gonna hear blood curdling screams, right? You're gonna hear blood curdling screams, right? I'm telling you, man. And this is what I'm visioning. I'm visioning this. I'm visioning these things while I'm saying it. You have to have prophets. They had vision. They were seers. They could see into the future. Right? That's why anything you have here, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Right? You got a big mansion. You got a big house. You got the Audi. You got the Jeep. You got the bro. None of those things matter. Right? Check this out. We're going to shut off soon because I want to go into the next lesson. Right? And it says Baba Kishar. Right? Check this out. Check this out. But they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness. We're not in darkness. We can see. We're not in darkness. We have that light. We're the real Illuminati. We're the real light bearers. We're the real enlightened ones. But the day should overtake you as a thief. It's going to overtake most of the people like a thief because they don't believe what we're saying. They don't believe what we're saying. Right? And some of them may, but they don't want to deal with that. Right? They want to live in delusions. Right? That's what they want to do. Okay? And it says, you're the children of the light. That represents those that have woken, Yahushua has woken up to this truth. Right? And the children of the day, we are not of the night nor darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. We're not of the night. Let us not sleep. So it's daytime, right? Right now it's daytime. We're in what? It's noon right now. But you still have people there asleep spiritually. They can't see what's going on, right? You can't see what's going on. But it says, let us be sober, soberly minded. Okay? For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Right? So we want to be awake. We want to be aware. Okay? But let us who of the day be sober, put on the breastplate of faith and of love, and for an helmet and a hope of salvation. Okay? For the Heavenly Father have not appointed us to wrath or to slacker, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Mashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as you do. Right? So, that's what we have to do. Edify one another in this truth, man. Right? And also be honest and let you know what's going to go down in these last days, because they're not, no, who's really telling you this except from the prophets? Oh, your news ain't going to tell you this, because remember, their whole thing is to keep you calm, keep you docile, and so forth. It's only the prophets that are going to tell you this. Okay? So now we went to that. We're going to shut off soon, because I want to get into the next lesson. Right? And what's going to keep you safe? Go to Isaiah 54. We got Isaiah 54. Hold on. We got Isaiah 50. No, it's Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30. Of 33 and 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Alright? Key thing. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So that's what we got to fear. Is his treasure. That's what we gotta do. Right? These fucking people wanna come around me now. Right? So the fear of the Lord, that's his treasure. So what's gonna keep us safe is fear in the Lord's. And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom as well. So if you fear Yahweh Shai, that's gonna be the true wisdom. This is Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shai is the beginning of knowledge. So that's the beginning of our knowledge. Right? But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So with you having that fear of the Lord, that's going to be what? Our protection in that day of Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose. Because all hell is going to break loose, as we're speaking in Jeremiah and these other scriptures as well. Right? All these things are going to happen. So we are the prophets, Lord willing, we are them prophets that are warning you of the things that are going to happen in these last days. There's going to be famine. There's going to be pestilence. There's going to be rioting. Right? All these things. Famines. Rumors of wars. Wars of rumors. Right? There's going to be fires. All these things are going to happen in one. Right? In one time. Right? And that's why the prophets are here to warn you. So with this, I'm going to shut off and until the next one, Shalom.